Most of you are currently operating your business in total darkness. You're spending months building a perfect product in a vacuum, praying that when you finally turn the lights on, someone will be there to buy it. And so here's my question for you. Are you building your next product in the dark based on a guess? Or are you building in the light based on the echo? Yeah, the echo. I know. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop guessing what your market wants and start listening to the undeniable feedback, the echo, that tells you exactly where the money is. Let's dive in. I want to first start off with this signal, the echo, the bounce. This is the strategy piece, right? And I'm going to do that by looking at the bat. I know, a bat, right? A bat doesn't have perfect vision in the cave. It survives by sending out a high frequency signal and listening for the bounce back. This is echolocation. In business, your content is your signal. You shouldn't be posting to go viral. I want to say that again. You shouldn't be posting to go viral. You should be posting to see what hits the wall and comes back to you as interest. What hits the wall and comes back to you as interest. Big idea simply is content is a sonar, not just a stage. If you aren't listening to how the room reacts to your ideas, you are flying blind. And that's not a good place to be. I want to give you an example in action. Imagine this. Instead of building a 10-module course, you put a post, a 60-second video on a specific micro pain, all right? And you wait to see if the comments are flooded with, how do I do this? Or if there is total and abject silence. You immediately identify where the solid ground is. If the video gets silence, you don't lose a launch. You just lost 60 seconds of filming. And you can pivot. You can pivot and do it again to see where that signal might actually have an echo. Once you understand the signal, you have to apply the discipline of the probe. Signal, then probe, before you commit to the production. That's absolutely critical. That's what I want to kind of base this whole thing off of today is this concept of sending out a signal, sending out a probe before you commit to production. Can't tell you my own experience of creating a course and it falling completely flat on its face because I did it in silence. And then doing another course, which I put out feelers for, and it made the difference. It made such a major, massive difference between having that feedback, having that information to know this is what people want. And then the way that I did the course was not fully recorded by myself. I did them as masterclasses that had built-in feedback with people there. I want to share with you this dove protocol, all right? So, of course, I'm going to always have a biblical example built into what we're talking about. In Genesis 8, Noah was sitting in a completed product, the ark, but he didn't know if the world was ready for him to come out yet. He didn't just open the door and hope for the best. He used echolocation. He sent out a raven, all right? That's the signal. And then he sent out a dove. He wasn't looking for likes. He was looking for a receipt, right? He was looking for a receipt. And so the big concept with Noah was you don't open the door until you've seen the branch. Stewardship is refusing to launch your ark until the environment confirms it's safe to land. Stewardship is refusing to launch until the environment confirms it's safe, until the environment confirms this is desired. The first time Noah sent the dove out, it came back with nothing. Then that was the silent echo. The second time, however, it came back with an olive branch. It came back with a leaf that was a digital receipt. It was proof that the paradise he was looking for actually existed. He didn't have to guess. He had the evidence in his hand. And the result was that Noah didn't waste energy or risk his family on a guess. He waited for the third signal, the dove not returning, okay? People always miss that part. Once he got the branch, he didn't just launch out. He sent the dove out a third time. And when it didn't return, that's when he was confirmed. That's what that enabled him to know that the market, AKA the earth, was ready for his arrival. He navigated the transition from flood to finished using a feedback loop. Noah had to wait 7 days between signals, but in the digital age, you can get your olive leaf in 7 minutes. The speed of the signal is called execution. And the concept that I want to touch on here is that echolocation only works if your signals are frequent. If it takes you weeks to edit one video, your feedback loop is too slow. Yes. Definitely have to repeat that one. If it takes you weeks to edit one video, your feedback loop is going to be too slow. You need to be able to throw out doves in real time. As ideas are hitting you, you want to be able to throw out concepts, content, reels, shorts, snippets in real time. This is why no video editing workflow is your competitive advantage. It allows you to send out sometimes 10 signals while your competitor is still trying to figure out their transitions. I want to say it this way, y'all. Speed of implementation beats perfection of production every single time. The faster you can send the signal, the faster you can find the profit. If you have an idea for a new offer, if you have something that you're getting ready to launch out there, instead of a month-long buildup, you use the no video editing strategy. Use maybe like a live video protocol to record quick staged video explaining the concept. You hit stop and upload immediately. The olive leaf, right? The DMs and comments and responses and feedback will tell you by tomorrow if you should build it. And that's the point. You become the most responsive authority in your niche. Your brand stays current because you are constantly adjusting your flight path based on real-time market feedback, not a static plan you made in the dark. Don't build in the dark. Yeah, we started there. I want to conclude there. Don't guess where the walls are. Send the signal, listen for the echo, and let your audience show you the olive leaf. The invitation I want to share here is the reason some of you aren't using echolocation right now is because you're afraid of the friction of the production process. You think every signal has to be a masterpiece, so you stay stuck inside the ark with the door shut. And I want to say this to you, it's time to send out your dove. It's time to send out your dove. I want to invite you to the No Video Editing Required Challenge. I'm going to teach you in the workflow to send out high frequency signals without the headache of editing. I'm going to show you how to test your ideas and hear the echoes so you can build with confidence. Stop guessing. Start listening. Sign up for the challenge and let's find your dry land together. This has been another episode of Faith, Branding, and Live Video. Brand and content coaching for believing professionals. Leverage content to fulfill your God-given purpose. I want to say on this channel, I equip high impact professionals to turn content into community and authority into impact with no video editing required. If you've missed some of the videos in this series, click this playlist right here, and we'll see you in the next one. Grace and peace.